I wish I knew all this about microscopes before purchasing my very first microscope, because if I knew it, I was gonna save a lots of money and I will not spend money for things that are worthless. And why I'm making this video? Because recently I was receiving lots of emails and messages, people asking me what's the best thing to buy as a microscope. And I'm about to tell you everything what I learned so far and how much money I spent worthless, and how much I could save and have maybe better microscope right now. So this was my very first microscope. So you can see here you have a lens, camera, lights, and this kind of stand boom. Actually it's for microphone, not for microscopes, and was not stable at all. So I spent lots of money on it and I end up getting really so frustrating, was not working very well, because this lens, what it's doing is just only focusing, so the magnification is coming near to the board or lift it up how much you want. So that was the microscope, which was really frustrating. Yeah, there is only one lens over here, each adjusting the focus, and then in base that you come with the microscope near to the surface or you go up, it will gonna be like a zoom or magnification, call it how you like. And I really try so hard to adapt myself looking at the screen and working with my hands. I was feeling that my hands are not mine, so I couldn't control very precisely the hands under the microscope looking at the screen of my computer. I don't know why, I couldn't adapt myself. Then I tried also one like this one with the screen, and same like with this kind of stand. It's not exactly this one, it's a different one, but same, like 7-inch display, and had digital zoom and optical zoom, and still the same. Looking at the screen and working underneath, I couldn't adapt myself. I can say that was really nice to inspect the boards, to check for faults, visible faults, but to properly do a soldering, a precise soldering under this type of digital microscopes, I never managed. And I can give you an advice before purchasing: see if any of your friends have something and you can try to see if you can work under this type of microscopes that looking on the displays, because believe me, myself, I couldn't at all. And you spend money and then you get frustrated. Then I get myself this kind of lenses to use it, and I can say that everything was a bit much better, because this one has a barrel lens that fixes the distance of working distance from the table, and then has a focus lens and also have an optical zoom lens. So there is 3 lenses in one that make your life easier. So if you can work under this type of microscopes, better if you get this type of lens rather than simple lens like that one, which I get it, and it was so frustrating. Then I get myself this trinocular microscope, which I can say that I'm really happy, because looking through the optical you can see your hands underneath and you can control your hands better and you can do better works. And also with this one, let me tell you, if I knew things, I would not also spending here lots of money. Same, worthless. So this is the model which I bought it. Well, I bought it with a 0.5 and 2x and all these things, and this camera adapter, which I can tell you lots of story about it. I tried so many things on this microscope that I spent a lots of money, especially on the lights. I tested also those type of lights that get rid of reflections, and still nothing. The picture was so badly, and then I end up with really cheap lights but better results than the really expensive lights that are made for microscopes. So actually, which lights I'm using here are made it for motorcycle. They have a really bright beam, and I don't get too much reflections back on the microscope, because what I learned so far, it is good to have here a bracket that hold your microscope head and allows you to tilt like that. If it's tilted, the reflection is not coming back to the microscope optics, and you're gonna get rid of the reflections. And then also what I learned also, depend of which barrel lens you use, is giving you the distance underneath that you can work really nice. Then what I learned so far more, also which adapter for camera to use in order that you can see on the camera the same what you can see over here from down. And then also another things that is important for the camera, underneath here a little spacer that allows you to get rid of that tunnel effect around the camera. So I'm gonna show you all the things I got, and you're gonna understand better how much I could save if I was not spending the money worthless. So let's start from the camera down. So first thing, you're gonna need this kind of spacer over here, which allows the camera to get rid of the tunnel effect, and this is really important for the camera adapter. Then the camera adapter which I am using is this one, 0.35, and you can see on this picture it's asking, please do also that spacer over there, because if you take it just simple, like I believe is this one, see the lens how come out from the adapter, and it will gonna touch actually the camera sensor. Happened to me to scratch a camera sensor because I don't know it, that I need also this kind of spacer over here. So yeah, make sure you also get that kind of spacer. Then on the bottom, as I say, I don't know it about this, what this number they can say about the barrel lens, because this one is call it a barrel lens. The less number, you have more space under the microscope, but less magnification. So how you can see here, if you go with 1.x, you have a working distance only 4.5 millimeter. So imagine how down you are properly, you cannot do any soldering underneath, but it will gonna give you a lots of magnification. So imagine the tiniest resistor that you can imagine, how big you're gonna see it with this one, but you cannot do any work on it. So I go with the 0.3 because 0.3 is giving me a distance of almost 28 centimeters under the microscope, so I can do any kind of work. I have also a really good magnification. We're gonna go later on and I'm gonna show you how my microscope works. Then as I mentioned that I try so many lights, so I test these lights, I test this kind of lights, I test the normal lights that comes also with my very first microscope, these ones, and believe me, all of them, they were crap, just reflection, not enough light. And what I end up buying, I bought these two lights and I bought also this one. So all in all, look at these two, cost me only £4 plus another £5, let's say £10, and then I spent worthless £20 because I have these lights, another £5, let's see here, and let's see here the price of these lights, how much can be, you judge it. Let's see, we're gonna say another £15 over there in that light, let's see. So see how much I spent worthless, and if I know it from the beginning, I was saving all this money. And then what I say by the head, that is good to have that bracket, which I got it, is just this one that allows you to tilt a bit the head and get rid of the reflections. And now I'm gonna walk you through, show you all the bits that I am using. So you can see here, should be the number, yeah, in this side. So you can see here, I'm using the barrel lens of 0.3, which allows me to have plenty of space underneath. Then I can see these are the lights that I am using, the one that I show you, the motorcycle one. I can go underneath to see how they look like with these very big lenses that make a really bright light beam underneath. To show you that I'm using the 0.35 adapter, how you can see it over there, and the tiny spacer under the camera. I'm still using this very fast camera because no more money, no more budget to buy a good one. I actually tried the 8K from Mechanic and end up to don't be a 4K. I return it. And yeah, let me also show you the lights, how they perform. So I have here two switches because I have two different lights. So this one is just this one, which I can tilt it like that and bring me the light further or backward. And then I have this the other switch, which is this one, which are this one and this one. I can tilt them from there and move the light there, and like that I can also help me to get rid of the reflections under the microscope. And when I turn it back to, have a look there, how bright is that light? It's not nice? Tell me in the comments down below, guys. Just £10 over here on lights, and have a look. Have a look how nice it is. And now let me put a sample board under the microscope and let me show you the image quality I'm getting from this microscope and how nice it is to work with it. So I'm going to put under the microscope this big Xbox 360, I believe, motherboard, and see how the quality and the zoom and everything what I can do with my microscope. So you can see the board is on the table over there. My microscope is tilted on this side, so like that when I need it, I undo a bit these ones and I bring it over there on my table, and look how big boards I can use. So I can have a board long from there all the way on the table, and I can work under this microscope. And have a look here, the distance, it's a big distance from the board to my head of the microscope. So now let me switch to the microscope view and show you what I can see through this microscope. And here we go. This is what the microscope see. I say the camera which I'm using, it's still recording only in 1080p, so it's not a 4K. And that is with the both lights on. So if I switch on one of the lights, so that one is one light, switch it off. So still we have this plenty of quality, I can say. Let me switch on again and switch off the other one. So this one is the other lights, switch it on and the other one off. This one is both off, so this is what you can see without any light. And this is all the zoom out from my microscope over here right now. So let's turn on both of the lights on, and let's show you how nice and big I can zoom in. So pay attention to that capacitor over there, and let's see how much zoom I can bring over here. So that's all the zoom that I can have. Let me try to make a good focus. So I think that's a good focus over there. And now if I zoom out, I should still have this good focus also out. Yeah, so that's the quality that you can get with this and with these lights, which, as I say, if I want only one to don't get too much shiny things overexposed over there, I can get only one. Let's zoom a bit on these pins of this chip, like that we can see if there is any short, to can see the maximum zoom that we can get on those pins. And it's easy to see if you spot if there is any short when you do a soldering. Yeah, and let's find the very tiny resistors on the board. I think those are the very tiny ones. And if I zoom in, how big we can see them. I can see plenty enough that you can see. And when you zoom in, see there is like lack of light, so that's why I have the second one that I can turn on, and I have more light over there on the screen. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I have so far. I'm still looking for a better camera, and I hope I'm gonna get a true 4K, because my experience with the 8K mechanic was not so nice. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think about my setup with this microscope. And you can see this is really cheap setup, and if I knew all this stuff from the beginning about the barrel lens that is set up the distance, about the camera adapter, I was not spending so much money and so many adapters and so many barrel lens. That I have the 2x, and I have also 1.5x and 1x and 0.7x, which I think I will never use them. I just spend money on them without knowing what these numbers do. And now with 0.3 underneath, 0.35 over there, and the spacer, I'm really perfect on the camera. And yeah, this is the best thing that I can get, and cheaper lights that make better light than the normal expensive lights made up for the microscopes. And if I could have a friend to test one of these microscopes before purchasing it, to see if I can work with them, definitely I was saving more money, because I spend also money in this type and I couldn't work. It's really nice and good to inspect the board, but when I need to move my hands under the microscope, if I don't watch my hands, I feel that those hands that are moving on the screen doesn't belong to me. I can't control them really good. And I'm gonna provide all the links for all the stuff that I'm using on my setup on description down below. Have a quick look and see if this can do also for you. Feel free, and you can use the links and purchase for yourself a microscope with these lights and everything what I do, in order to have similar result what I get. And if you are also interested in all the tools and equipment which I use around my working bench, you're gonna find also links on the description down below for those as well. And I hope you learned something good from this video, and if it's yes, don't forget to give me a like, will gonna help me a lot. And also comment, let me know what do you like to know more about the microscope or about electronics in general, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Don't forget also to subscribe and activate the notification bell if you are watching very first time my video. And until the next one, guys, have a good one, and bye bye.